There's a bunch of really awesome new Switch games being revealed and talked about right now, but I don't want all that noise to make us forget that the real big Switch game is just a few days away. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, one of my all-time favorites, is hitting store shelves and the eShop this Friday. Although I'll be playing it early on Thursday, so make sure to subscribe and turn your notification bell on, please. In today's video, I want to tell you all the new features being added to this game. Everything they have done to supercharge and make this their best port ever. Yeah, Nintendo ports a lot of stuff, they bring Wii U games over, but they've never poured so many development hours into one of their past games, and they're really expanding this in incredible ways. So smash that like button if you're excited for a new Mario game hitting Nintendo Switch, and let me know in the comments down below if you plan to pick this one up. I think it's fully worth it, but once you hear this list, man, I think you're gonna have to agree with me. And if somehow you still don't like this game by the end of the video, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I might have to take you to the top of a mountain and feed you to Histocrat. And if you haven't played 3D World, this is Histocrat. We're gonna start with some lesser known facts and move our way through Bowser's Fury. All characters in Super Mario 3D World, their running speed has become faster. Look, Nintendo is trying to fine-tune this experience and continue to expand on one of the best foundations of a Mario game we have seen. Yes, Odyssey and Galaxy, Sunshine and 64, they get all of the fanfare and the love, but 3D World, like, more and more people are coming out of the woodwork and saying, like, this game is insanely good, it has so much variety, and it's one of the best, and now they're making it better by improving that run speed to just make it a snappier experience. Also, all characters can now climb higher with the Super Bell. So once you go Cat Mario, you're gonna be able to climb a little bit higher, you're gonna be able to jump and dive a little bit farther, and this is supposed to just make everything flow better. Plus, speedrunners out there, you're gonna have a new set of speed to work with. Now, we also have these touchscreen segments, and maybe you don't know that they have been replaced. At first I was like, how are they going to handle these areas where you have to touch platforms, blow on platforms? Because it was the Wii U gamepad and you had this secondary screen. Well, they've added gyro to replace all of that, to make it more simple, to make it easier, and now everybody can just kind of aim and shake and make it work as it is intended to work. Now, we also have a brand new inclusion with the Captain Toad levels. I feel like nobody is talking about Captain Toad levels. This is where Captain Toad started. Treasure Tracker is a fantastic game. They improved upon it with the Switch version, adding a pack of levels, and it's just such a super cool, different kind of platforming. It's all about puzzle solving, and you might have a limited move set, but you gotta use that brain. And now the Captain Toad levels incorporate 4 players. You got Captain Toad, Blue Toad from the main adventure, but they're including Green Toad and Yellow Toad, so now everybody can kind of get in on the antics and try to solve these levels, these little cube levels, little escape room type levels together. I think that's going to be so much fun, and also probably insane because this game already gets crazy with multiplayer, but it's going to be bananas when you have a limited amount of moves and you're trying to rotate the screen, but everybody's trying to rotate the screen. Goodness gracious. I feel like that will be so much commotion on the couch. Come on, I'm telling you, just let your little brother or little sister play the Captain Toad levels with you. You guys, you're going to love each other so much more afterwards. And it does incorporate online multiplayer as well. That is a big get for this game. It is the only 3D Mario game with true co-op, and they've made it online. And the online works, and the online's good, and it's the full game. You don't have to worry about some Super Mario Party style half banana online mode. It is full banana, and you can play as Peach, Toad, Mario, Luigi, and maybe some secret characters with anybody around the world who has Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and that is awesome. Let's move to Bowser's Fury for a bit because, hey, Bowser's Fury is probably the biggest new feature of this game. It is a 3-hour campaign centered around Lake Lapcat. Mario and Bowser Jr. are trying to figure out what the heck is pissing the big King Koopa off, because Fury Bowser is massive. So massive that he has a health bar, which is really weird to see in a Mario game. But this new mode is a hybrid of 3D World plus Odyssey. It's a campaign that can be accessed from the main menu screen, which is great. If you've already played a bunch of 3D World, and you want to just start with the new, you can do that. I love that Nintendo has not locked this off behind any sort of completion wall, although completing this campaign will take about 6 hours. And it's got different areas, these lighthouses, and it really is merging sort of the platforming style of 3D World with Odyssey, and you have that full range of movement in Odyssey, but incorporating power-ups like the Super Bell into more flexible environments and open framework levels. I'm so excited for this. This is where I'm going to be diving in first, where I'm going to be spending most of my early days with Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, because we have to explore 100 cat shines. There are 100 challenges to solve, and you got to collect all the cat shines if you want to go for that 100%, which does have something to unlock. I won't spoil it, but there is something that happens when you get 100 cat shines, and the challenges start off simple, but then they do progress and get more and more difficult. Now, this is a lot like Mario Odyssey, and it really feels like this is a big kingdom, almost DLC from the game. DLC we never got but dreamed of, now being added to Mario 3D World. And when you're trying to get those 100 cat shines, you're doing it because you want the Giga Bell. The Giga Bell is a new item for the game. It won't be in 3D World, it'll just be in Bowser's Fury, but this is how you make Mario Super Saiyan. This is how you make Mario massive, and this is how you'll eventually duke it out with Bowser. Now, he can show up and start raining fire down, which is really cool. It feels like this just like dark mode that, you know, kind of almost Breath of the Wild style, where all the bad guys are all enraged and he's blowing flames, and there's even certain blocks and challenges that you need Fury Bowser to be angry for, because he's got to destroy some blocks that can only be beaten by his fire. But it's just a really cool sight to see Bowser this big and then Mario this big as well. But you won't be tackling Fury Bowser alone. You'll have Bowser Jr. along for the ride. And maybe you didn't know that Bowser Jr. is always there. He can be played as a co-op character, just local. Bowser's Fury does not have online co-op, which is a bit interesting, but it makes sense given that Bowser Jr. has a more limited purpose, I guess, in the game. So he's always there, even if someone's not playing him. And there's an interesting menu option where you can change his level of AI. You can make him more helpful or less helpful. Like, I'm going to be playing where he's on the lowest level of AI, because I want him there, obviously. I mean, he's not taking no for an answer, but I don't want him to really go and kill a bunch of enemies or be too much of a boost. He can boost by finding items for you, and that brings us to the new item bar that has been added into Bowser's Fury. Now, in Mario 3D World, maybe you forget that you can have two items, and you can actually swap between these. So you're like, hey, I've got a Fire Flower, but I've also got, you know, I want my Tanuki suit, so I can swap between these two, or you want to throw a Super Bell in there, you can pop between two power-ups. But in Bowser's Fury, you have a whole bar that allows you to store all 5 different power-ups, and you can have multiples of them, so it really allows you to kind of just search through. And as you're completing these more difficult cat shines, you'll be able to find the right item and the right power-up to suit your situation and help you kind of navigate the world with not only what works best, but what you feel most comfortable with. Because Mario 3D World is all about finding the character that works for you. As I mentioned, there are a bunch of playable characters. They each have their own specialities, like Peach can float, Toad can run fast, Luigi can jump high, and now you can capture all of it with a brand new photo mode. This works across the original 3D World campaign and the new Bowser's Fury campaign, has a ton of fun filters. You'll be able to pause and move around and kind of add things to the environment, snap some great photos, share them on social media. I mean, it just makes sense that Nintendo is getting in on this, and I think with all the awesome iconography of this game, like, I'm in love with the way that they do the key art for the game, the way that the stamps look, the way that the wallpapers look. Like, it just has a really beautiful color palette. I love the models from the game, and I love like the aesthetic where they merge kind of like the white backgrounds with the very vibrant and kind of coming at you Mario items and icon and like imagery. It's really, really pretty, and I think this is going to allow for a lot of people who love photo modes in other games to experience it in Nintendo, and you can do a lot more than you can like with your Animal Crossing screenshots, where that's just like, hey, you know, sit down and look at the camera and snap. Like, you do have a few filter options there, but this seems much more fleshed out, and I really, really am excited to see what people can create. So there you have it. That's all the new stuff being added, and if you take that list in totality, it's a lot of stuff, because we're not even talking about what's already there. A phenomenal Mario campaign in 3D World with a boatload of levels. You got insane creativity on display. You have so many green stars to collect, stamps to find, flagpoles to reach, and of course the whole competitive aspect, where even though you can play co-op, like, there is this little bit of like, hey, I gotta beat you out by getting the crown, getting a higher score. It's really a fun game to share with your friends, and it's totally cool to play by yourself. And the fact that you have Bowser's Fury on top of this, the fact that they've refined some of the movement in 3D World, the fact that they've expanded the Captain Toad levels, like, they really went all out with this port. And I think people are going to be so pleased with this game. It's being treated much more as a new Mario product than, say, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which just felt like, hey, this is something we're just pushing from the Wii U onto the Switch. They put extra effort here, probably because it is a part of the Mario 35th anniversary plan, and they wanted to deliver something really awesome and fresh and new. Since they weren't ready to give us Odyssey 2 or a brand new 3D Mario or the supposed new 2D Mario, we got Bowser's Fury being added onto 3D World and expanded. I'm so excited to share all of this with you. So smash that like button if you're ready for 3D World. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking the game up, and let's play it together on Thursday. I can't wait to see you there. If there's any questions you have or things you want me to make sure I check out, let me know also. And I hope you guys are just having an awesome day. This is a fantastic week for Switch. Little Nightmares, Bowser's Fury, Persona 5 Strikers reviews are glowing. Bravely Default 2 is right around the corner, and before you know it, Monster Hunter Rise. This quarter is jam-packed, but it begins in earnest with Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. So let's enjoy and have fun with this one. I'll see y'all there. Until that time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. Thanks again, everybody. You guys are the very best. SwitchForce out.